two large oak clods across the run the front, lines across right down there. Okay. We will have a picture of that inside the goblets, the two grape juice goblets, and the two bread trays. And you will be fill these as full as you can get them with bread, and I will show you how to do that. Or, well, just show you where the bread is. You just put it. I brought out these cloths. Once, when you bring them out, once again, cross down the aisle. It's real easy to remember. And we put hand sanitizer on both sides. And there was some discussion, I don't know if they talked to you about sanitizing your hands because out there. There was a question, just the people at the bread. No, we're going to have everybody do it because that way people, it's more of a demonstration.
People are watching, yeah.
Yeah, people are watching. We were thinking about getting kind of a container, but then they didn't know if people would know what was in it. You know, they kind of want the idea that it's, you know, antibacterial. We've added something new. Barbara's ordering a large host for, a host is the bread, the fish food, for the pastors to use, and chalice. Just put the right small amount of wine in there. Just, I mean, minimum amount of time. It's not really going to be used. There, but it doesn't happen. Okay?
So what's going to go on this tray here? I'm sorry.
A large piece of bread, communion, that's called toast.
Yeah, I knew that. But so
okay.
What are they going to do? Is that just for those?
It's for the pastors. There's going to be two on there, and one for the 9 o'clock and one for the 11 and break it. And it's because we've been using it in months, and it's pastors. When you take down, we're just going to reverse the process of setting up and then talk about that. So would you like to come to the back? The hardest part of this job is tripping all over the cords, all over the You'll finalize
This is dangerous for me to go ahead.
It's always remains. That's why I always go out and then
find the Bible. Move forward with the Bible. And then
I'm going to
very intentional, very respectful.
Well, I don't know about being on film, but it makes me nervous. All of our communion ware is right here. There will be 4 goblets and 4 chalices. And the extra chalice for the center will be right here. And then probably the extra plate. And it depends. That's how I'd like to have them put away. It'd be the same way. You can just stack them like this. It's not a big deal. If there is a problem and one of these gets dirty, there's little doilies back here. And they'll be right there. This is something new. Over here.
Is that for both all the communion?
Yes.
All the bread. You put that on the bottom of the ones
yes,
that we
use
use
now.
Yes,
and they should have those. Yeah, they should have them. And you don't have to take it off. You don't have to replace them every time.
Okay. So
they only replace them if there's something wrong with that. Okay. These stack quite nicely.
Do we leave the bread in the...
No. This is the bread. Kavanaugh's bread. This, you can, once you just pour it in there, in between services, you go out and you make sure everything's lined up again and the claws are on them. Make sure, this is going to sound really loud, there's no floating bread in the wine or the grape juice. That doesn't happen often, but it has happened. If that happens, just bring it to the back, pour out the wine, remove the bread, put it in the trash can, and put a new wine in the chalice or the grape juice. When you get done, you just return the bread. Just open this up and return it. Save these. Pastor Glenn wants them for his shop. Just so you know.
Just like wood shop.
His wood shop.
Your picture's in there, Kate?
It will be in here.
Okay.
Yeah. If there's a baptism, this is the pitcher we use to fill the baptismal font. It takes a while for this water to be warm, and you want to make it as warm as possible when you put it out. When you put it in the baptismal font, it'll cool off pretty quickly. Just turn the water on and let it run. And then you have to fight off people who come and turn it off. You know, no, it needs to be on. Fill it up, and then here is a small baptismal napkin. And these are done by the ladies in the church. And a baptismal candle. When I do this, I open it up, pull the wick up, and lay them right next to the baptismal font along with the napkin.
You leave it in the box?
No. Take it, pull it out.
You give them the box
Yes,
afterwards.
and what I always do, see I pull this up because otherwise they can find it easier. I take the box, close it up, and stick it right behind the font so you can't see it from the front of the church, but it's there. And then make a point of saying, make sure to take your box and your baptismal candle and your baptismal napkin, but not the towel. We have a white towel the pastors would like on the right, on the left side. Our towels disappear. I think people take them with the napkin. They think the towel's part of it too. So,
So those are the towels, or that's the...
this is the one towel. There needs to be more towels. I'll take some out. And then the baptismal napkins are right over here too. I'm not sure.
You take the baptismal napkin out of the,
Yes, just lay it right there. Yeah, there's a whole stack of them in here.
Can you just show us what the towel looks like? Oh, okay. Oh,
And I just lay it out there like this because the pastors wanted to wipe their hands on because their hands are red and then they aren't. Yeah, they aren't wiping it on their robe or their pants or the child. So, and then the baptismal napkins are just like this. And actually, Harold Carlson's wife does this on her son. Really a nice. She and Karen Rowell does all the fringe. So that's a really neat ministry. And then there's a towel back there for drying, and there's soap under here. All you have to do is wash the chalices and just dry them and put them right back up. And then you do not have to wash bread trays. Just wipe them out if they're dirty. And I always wipe around the edge because there's no grease. And when you get done, if the linens are not dirty, just fold them up and set them right here. If they're dirty like this, just throw them right there, and the older will take care of washing them in return.
One thing about communion, I know that there's been maybe a time or two when somebody takes the bread and there's a missed handoff and it falls on the floor.
Oh,
Just pick it up and, you know, what you do with it. You don't want to leave it on the floor. But
you mean, you know what? I would just pick it up, lay it on the altar.
okay. But you're standing, like if you're in the front or whatever, and it happens.
So when
Just
you're
put it in
done-
your other hand.
Yeah.
At the end, just put it.
In your other hand, you can throw
And
it
just
away.
keep, but make sure you pick it up.
Right. And the other thing is,
Right away.
when we get done with communion, the wine and the grape juice just go right down the center. That's not.
Where's the wine and grape juice down here?
No, we're going to go find out. There are a few extra things here. There's some extra chalices and things. And also, those are the extra wicks for the
That's a
candle
great-
lighter. And if there's a
trying to pour
problem,
it into the ground.
your worship coordinator should know where those
In
are.
theory,
We can
that
take care of
goes-
them too. Come and find me. It's got a long metal thing in
I've seen
the
that.
eye, and you just put it through, bend it, and pull them out.
Okay.
Okay. And there's a trash can under here. And soap. Okay, now
I thought it was kind of weird the first time I saw it.
okay, we're going to go to the kitchen and then.
Yep, that's what, when I go to church with them, my husband's family, I'm always like,
Close up that part of this
I'll turn down the pants around.
and when it closed,
I like that. I love our help in the house. Oh, yeah. I like it never gets done.
Oh, when you're bringing up, that's the 11. Oh, no. Oh, yes. On the boat.
Special wine and keys we do.
Yeah,
between services, you refresh the altar, make sure to put the cloths back on, and take the bread trays to the back and add bread. Then at the end of the services, the bread goes. Yeah, I'm going to show you. We have wine and grape juice in that refrigerator. When you come to church to set up, you come and get the wine and grape juice and just carry it over. That's when people always make comments about drinking at church.
So then it's just setting that.
I just set it in the back next to the sink, and then in between the 9:30 and the 11, we've refreshed. At that point, I take a few minutes and run that back over. Now, Heritage uses individual cups, so what they will do is occasionally, because you've taken the wine and grape juice, you may walk in and there may be cups of wine and grape juice. You may pour it back in because it hasn't been touched. It's been sitting in that individual cup. They empty them out and throw the cup away.
Now, how full do we fill the chalices?
Within about that much. You don't want them so full that the person handling
But
the
you wanna
wine
make sure
is
it's easy for 'em
sloshy.
to get.
But they can, enough to do. And if you're short on wine or grape juice, there's nothing wrong with adding water. You know, if you've taken it and you have all but, you know, you only have this much in one, put a little water in there. It's okay.
Yeah. I noticed in here that the grape juice is not very full. Where do you get the
Okay, I'm going to
replacements?
show you. We have two keys. This one, these hang right inside of here. This small key goes to this door. And there's extra
I see
grape
what you
juice
see.
down here. And there's wine down here, but this is not the wine we use. This is the wine that the Heritage Service uses. They have special wine. Okay? I think. Over here, this is the other key. It says Altar Guild. The large door key, I'm going to show you where it is. It goes to this cabinet, and there's their extra wine and grape juice. Okay? They're getting ready for Easter. So we'll go through 2 of those gallons of wine at Easter.
I'm sorry, what's in the closet?
Wine and grape juice.
So if it's low in there.
If
this
it's
is
low in there, just grab that key inside that door, and it goes right here. There's 2 small keys on here. They go to those cabinets in Pastor David's old office, and that's the quilters.
The what?
The quilters. Keep
So
the
which
keys.
key?
It's the door
It's the
key.
big one.
That's the big key. And it says Altar Guild, and it hangs right inside that door on the first truck. Okay? Any questions?
If it's not there by chance, who has the magic key at 9 o'clock?
What?
Or who would have the magic key for the door at 9 o'clock?
If it's not hung up where it's supposed to be.
Oh, I've never known it not to be, but I would find Harold.
Who?
Harold Carlson.
Harold or Scott?
Or Ann.
Scott.
Finder. But I have never known it not to be where it's supposed to be. Or come and find me, but I don't have a magic key. This is the only key that I know of. Okay? No questions? Okay, and if the first Sundays as you're doing this, if you want to, when do you do?
The 7th. Yeah.
7th of April. I will be here. So come and find me.
Go and see communion. There you go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we get communion too.
Thanks, Kate. Are you done with that, this group?
Yep.